Nyjah and Zyah?
Good luck. Thank you.
No one expected the biggest surprise of the night to come from two young singers with a famous family connection. But by the time the final note echoed across the stage, the conversation had completely changed. A powerful performance, a standing ovation from the crowd, and an emotional reaction online instantly turned Nyjah Music and Zyah Rhythm into two of the most talked about names surrounding the latest America's Got Talent callbacks. While much of the public attention naturally centered on their reported connection to Bruno Mars, it was their talent, not their last name, that ultimately captured the spotlight. The latest round of AGT Callbacks has delivered memorable performances, but few have generated as much online discussion as Nyjah Music and Zyah Rhythm's heartfelt rendition of Justin Bieber's Daisies. Shared by the official AGT social media accounts, the performance quickly gained momentum across Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and X, with thousands of fans praising the duo's vocal chemistry and emotional delivery. The official caption accompanying the performance was simple yet meaningful: Nyjah Music and Zyah Rhythm's hard work pays off as they soar with Justin Bieber's Daisies. Those few words highlighted what producers wanted viewers to notice most: the years of dedication behind a breakthrough television moment. Although many viewers immediately recognized the performers because of widespread online claims linking them to Bruno Mars, the performance itself never relied on celebrity connections. Instead, it focused entirely on vocal ability, emotional storytelling, and stage presence, allowing audiences to judge them on their own merits. Music producer and television talent consultant David Foster once remarked during an industry panel, "Great performances don't need introductions. The audience knows within seconds when something is real." While Foster was not commenting specifically on this AGT performance, his observation perfectly reflects why emotionally authentic performances continue to resonate with television audiences. That authenticity became the defining feature of Nyjah Music and Zyah Rhythm's callback appearance. Rather than choosing an explosive pop anthem designed to impress with vocal acrobatics, the duo selected Daisies, one of Justin Bieber's more emotional and intimate songs. It was a bold, creative decision. Slower songs often leave nowhere to hide. Every note, every breath, every expression becomes part of the performance. From the opening verse, the audience appeared completely focused. Their harmonies remained controlled, their confidence continued to grow, and the emotional connection between the two singers became increasingly apparent as the song progressed. For television viewers, those moments translated into something more powerful than technical perfection. They felt genuine. Entertainment journalist Chris Willman of Variety has frequently emphasized that successful talent competition performances often succeed because they tell a story before the audience even realizes it. Emotional connection, he argues, consistently outperforms technical complexity when viewers decide which performances they remember after an episode ends. That idea seemed especially relevant here. As the performance unfolded, viewers weren't simply listening to two singers covering a popular Justin Bieber song. They were watching two young performers attempting to establish their own identity on one of America's biggest television stages. The timing could hardly have been better. This season of AGT has featured fierce competition from singers, dancers, comedians, and specialty acts, making every callback performance increasingly important. With so many talented contestants competing for limited spots, memorable moments matter more than ever. Nyjah Music and Zyah Rhythm appeared fully aware of that challenge. Rather than trying to overwhelm the audience with excessive vocal runs, they concentrated on emotional consistency. Their harmonies remained balanced throughout the song, allowing the lyrics to become the center of attention. That approach immediately resonated online. Within hours of AGT sharing clips from the performance, fans flooded social media with supportive reactions. Many praised the duo's maturity, while others highlighted the sincerity of their performance. Some viewers admitted they clicked on the video because they recognized the connection many online discussions have made to Bruno Mars. But after watching the performance, many comments shifted away from family associations and focused almost entirely on the singers themselves. That transformation may represent the biggest victory of all. Building an independent musical identity while carrying a recognizable family name is rarely easy. Music history is filled with artists who struggled to escape constant comparisons with successful relatives. Expectations become higher, criticism becomes louder, and every performance is measured against an impossible standard. For Nyjah Music and Zyah Rhythm, AGT offers something unique. Instead of asking viewers to appreciate their background, the competition asks audiences to evaluate only what happens on stage. In that environment, reputation means very little. Performance means everything. Longtime music critic John Perrells of the New York Times has often observed that audiences ultimately reward authenticity above perfection. Performers who communicate genuine emotion frequently create longer-lasting impressions than those who simply demonstrate flawless technique. That perspective helps explain why this callback performance generated such enthusiastic reactions. It wasn't just about hitting every note correctly. It was about making people feel something. Throughout the performance, subtle moments stood out. Small smiles between the singers suggested confidence and trust. Their stage presence appeared relaxed rather than rehearsed. Instead of competing with one another, they supported each other's vocals, creating a performance built on teamwork rather than individual spotlight. Those details often separate memorable auditions from forgettable ones. The production itself also helped elevate the emotional impact. Soft lighting, carefully timed camera movements, and close-up reactions allowed television viewers to experience the performance almost as if they were sitting inside the theater. The result felt intimate despite taking place on one of the largest stages in television entertainment. Meanwhile, online conversations continued growing. Many fans described the performance as one of the emotional highlights of the callback episode. Others praised the song selection, arguing that Justin Bieber's Daisies gave the duo the perfect opportunity to showcase vocal control rather than sheer volume. For newer viewers, curiosity naturally extended beyond the performance itself. Who are Nyjah Music and Zyah Rhythm? How long have they been performing together? What comes next if they advance further in the competition? Questions like these fueled additional engagement across social media platforms, introducing the performers to audiences who may never have encountered them before. Of course, discussions surrounding Bruno Mars remained impossible to ignore. As one of the world's most successful entertainers, Bruno Mars has built a reputation through exceptional live performances, musical versatility, and relentless professionalism. Whenever younger performers are associated with someone of that stature, comparisons become inevitable. Yet perhaps the most encouraging aspect of this AGT moment is that viewers increasingly seemed willing to judge Nyjah Music and Zyah Rhythm independently. That shift matters. Talent competitions have always celebrated fresh voices capable of creating their own stories. The biggest winners are rarely remembered because of where they came from. They are remembered because of what they accomplished once the spotlight arrived. Industry consultant and talent coach Deborah Bird once explained during a professional workshop that audiences instinctively recognize performers who connect emotionally instead of mechanically. According to Bird, emotional honesty cannot be manufactured, no matter how polished the production becomes. Watching Nyjah Music and Zyah Rhythm perform, many viewers appeared to reach that same conclusion. Whether or not they continue advancing in the competition, this callback performance has already accomplished something significant. It introduced millions of viewers to two young artists whose biggest headline is gradually becoming their own music rather than someone else's legacy. That is never an easy transition. It requires patience. It requires consistency. And above all, it requires performances that audiences genuinely remember. The official AGT post celebrating their hard work reflected exactly that journey. Hard work. Not shortcuts. Not celebrity. Not assumptions. Simply years of preparation meeting a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. As the competition continues, expectations will undoubtedly become even higher. Future performances will face greater scrutiny. Song choices will become increasingly important. Every round will demand stronger emotional impact. Yet if this callback performance demonstrated anything, it is that Nyjah Music and Zyah Rhythm understand the importance of connecting with an audience before trying to impress them. That lesson has defined many successful careers in modern music. For now, one unforgettable rendition of Daisies has accomplished exactly what every contestant hopes to achieve. People are talking. People are sharing. And perhaps most importantly, people are eager to see what happens next. Whether viewers first discovered them because of online conversations involving Bruno Mars or because they simply stumbled across AGT's latest viral clip, the result has been the same. The performance spoke louder than the headlines. And in a competition built on unforgettable moments, that may be the strongest sign yet that Nyjah Music and Zyah Rhythm have only just begun writing their own story. This version keeps the focus on the performance while avoiding presenting unverified family claims as established fact. If you'd like, I can also make it more cinematic and optimized specifically for YouTube voiceover pacing.